Welcome to Talking Habs, Montreal Canadiens 2025 draft prospects. Today's player, Lynden Lakovic. Elite Prospects says Lakovic is always thinking about how to create the best play. A highly skilled passer, he seeks to add value to the sequence with every touch while still managing to keep the risk down. A powerful, accurate, and versatile shot provides the perfect complement for Lakovic's playmaking. He fires in stride, changes the angle, and curls around sticks to create shooting lanes. Hey, everybody, I'm your host, Slags, and this is my third video of the Draft Prospects series, and the draft is coming up really soon. I'm recording this on Tuesday, and it is coming up in just 3 days on Friday night, so not much time to try to decide who the Habs might pick. So today's player is Lynden Lakovic. I never heard of this guy before. I've seen some of the highlights, and right now I can't use highlights in any of the videos, so I would like to show them to you, but I can't. But he is not as impressive as Justin Carbonneau, in my opinion, but he's not far behind. I really like this kid as well, and we're going to get to know him a little bit. Here's his stats from last season. So his stats from last season, you can see with the Moose Jaw Warriors in 47 games, 27 goals, 31 assists, 58 points. It was the only season in his young career where he was a point-a-game player plus. So we hope, like Carbonneau, same thing. And I don't think it means anything. It's just the emergence of a player. All right, I got some rankings for you as well. Central Scouting for North American skaters has him listed at number 14. And then you got Hockey Prospecting has him at number 16, which is right where Montreal is picking. They've got 16 and 17 this season. You got a mock draft by The Athletic has him also going at 16 to Montreal. And then you've got, here's some mid-season rankings where you can see Central Scouting had him at 12th and now has him at 14th. So he's dropped a little bit. It could be because other players have moved up past him. Doesn't mean he's gotten worse necessarily. Just a slight drop there with Central Scouting. But you can see he ranges on this one anywhere from 8th as a high to 23rd on Craig Button's list mid-season as a low. And then I've got a few more here. These are from Elite Prospects site. And this one's all over the board. So you can see the lowest rank, or is it the high? The lowest rank is 29. He's got a 26, 25, some 23s. And then you get the highest one is a couple of 8s. So it's all over the board here with Lakovic. I don't know what that means, and he looks like a player Montreal would be interested in. He's got the size. He's got good size at 6'4". We're going to take a look at that actually right now. Good size at 6'4", 190 pounds. From what I'm reading, and you'll see, not the most physical guy, could maybe get a little bit more physical, but for a big guy like that, he can twist and turn and handle a puck and shoot, and sounds like a really good player. So he has been playing for the Moose Jaw Warriors of the WHL. He is from Kelowna, BC, 6'4", 190, a left-shooting left wing. Anyway, sounds like a player I would like Montreal to check out, that's for sure. If you're liking this video so far, consider hitting that subscribe button, hit the like button, and share with your friends. Lakovic is an interesting prospect heading into the draft. He's built like a power forward. He plays a much more of a finesse game. Unique blend of size and skill, not seen in any other players at the top of the draft class. Lakovic is, in his own words, a winner. Instrumental in the Moose Jaw Warriors' first Western Hockey League championship last season, scoring 3 game-winning goals in overtime and another in regulation throughout the playoffs. This season, the Warriors traded away a significant portion of their veteran core from their historic win, yet Lakovic remained just as effective, leading the team with 27 goals and 58 points. He had an injury not kept him off the ice for a month and a half. He was on pace to score 39 goals and over 80 points. No other draft-eligible prospect in the WHL did more with less talent around him. Sounds like a character guy. Sounds like a kind of guy Montreal's type of player that would check the boxes, you know? The defining feature of Lakovic's game, other than his size, is his ability to generate offense using his plethora of skills. His puck skills are well above average for a player his size. He can navigate through traffic, pulling off slip passes, manipulating defenders. He thrives in transition and off the rush. Montreal also thrives, I know for sure, off the rush. But you know, it's a team that's going to thrive in transition and off the rush. This sounds like a guy Montreal be interested in. He has an extremely dangerous shot with an edge of deception and can quickly release it once acquired. All those tools allow Lakovic to generate over 3 high-danger scoring chances a game. A trait like this can be of exceptional value to teams lacking in offensive production. Montreal, you know, we a lot of times lack in that. Okay, so the only knock is his shot efficiency, as far too many shots are blocked or miss the net. And, you know, he'll cut down on that over time with his experience and some coaching and all that stuff and just working on the shot and honing it in. I'm not worried about something like that. This is the top part from a Prospects Challenge game. And guys said this about Lakovic. Played a solid physical style that many scouts weren't used to seeing from him. With the Warriors, he often lacked physicality, which raised some concerns for some. But in London, in this game, those concerns were erased. That is nice to hear. You know, big guys like that, they've got to play a little bit physical, right? Look at Lynden, who doesn't and should, you know, consider doing that. His winning mentality comes from his ability to process the game incredibly quickly. He sees the game differently than many of his peers and reacts quickly to help create offensive chances. He's a dangerous playmaker. When he has the puck, he's great at protecting it. Very important. Using his size and reach to keep opponents well away from his stick. I mean, this guy sounds like maybe not the most physical player, but at least does use the body sometimes, you know, and I think you can increase that use over time with coaching. Again, doesn't worry me off the hop. Skating is also a strength of Lakovic's, which is important here in Montreal, as it is very mechanically sound. His long, powerful strides allow him to generate speed quickly. He's shown the ability to drive wide and cut inside, often catching defenders flat-footed. These are skills that aren't present in most 6'4" players. His numbers this season were good, but not as dominant as you might expect. Through 47 games with Moose Jaw, Lakovic scored 27 goals and 58 points. You know what? Not bad. And then if he had a full season, he'd have had over 80 points. I don't see a problem with that. I'm not expecting that if they draft him, he's a guy that would be a top line guy, but I can see him being either a middle six, but probably, you know, second line player. Supporting his ability to influence the game is his speed. Very important here in Montreal. Lakovic is a strong skater, moving smoothly up the ice and getting up to top speed, with just a few strong strides. He has a great sense of where to position himself to best protect the puck, given his size and long reach. Has more than enough skill and speed to stick handle around his opponents, but if he can draw enough attention, he'll instead send a quick no-look pass to a teammate following just behind, who now has a wide-open shot on net, so he's a playmaker. He's great at forcing turnovers, charging the opponents so they won't have time to make a better decision. This is something I like because we see that a lot of times teams defending or playing against Montreal, and they keep them on their heels by being very aggressive either on the forecheck or in their own zone or on the PK. Sounds like that's what they're talking about with this guy here. He's not careless. He'll charge a player at a certain angle to force the puck into a particular part of the ice where he knows a teammate can pick it up. Sometimes that requires him to lay body check, and he's not afraid to do so. That's what I like to hear. It just needs to be for a reason. So he's not a guy going around hitting everything, no matter what. But he'll lay the body when he needs to. He could improve his consistency. That'll come over time and with age. But his instincts are already very strong for an 18-year-old and promise big things in the future. I like to hear that. So listen, if you're liking the channel, you're liking the videos, consider taking a membership. They start at just $1.99. You can cancel at any time. You get members-only videos. And the next level up, which is at $4.99, you get live streams, members-only live streams. And there's one more level up, and you get poems written just for you every month that you have that. So consider taking it, and I thank you for that. So defensively, he needs a little work. So he's, deficient defensively. It's a bit of a project there, but a lot of players, offensive players, especially, have that problem. He's 18. I don't think it's going to be a problem if he's properly coached. As the heading suggests, Lakovic is a defensive work in progress. Still, there are aspects of his defense that are good. For example, Lynden's size allows him to use his long reach to disrupt plays through the neutral zone. If he fails to make a play or the puck goes the other way, Lakovic is making progress in his ability to effectively track back and break up the play. Subsequently, if he is not able to break up the play off the rush, his retrievals and puck battle wins in the defensive zone have seen an increase from the beginning of the season. Despite progress in some areas, more work needs to be done. Lynden is still learning to process play without the puck and tends to puck watch. A lot of young players do that and lose track of developing threats behind or around him. I'm just going to read the bottom there. There have been defensive improvements this season, and I can't see seeing them constantly has been an issue. I'll do that whole part there. There have been defensive improvements this season. Seeing them constantly has been an issue. But there's been improvements, and that's kind of what is important. He's coachable, he learns, and he's able to execute what he's learned. I'm fine with that. All right, his strengths: quick, powerful shot, smooth, strong skating, deceptive puck movement, high-end hockey sense and awareness. Love that. Under construction, physicality, but it doesn't sound like he's totally not a physical player. I guess with his size, you're going to want to see a little bit more physical play out of him. I have no doubt by the time this kid is in the NHL, he will be playing a little bit more physically. Lakovic could also emerge as an 80 to 90 point player and a dangerous 5-on-5 threat. But he has a few inconsistencies that need ironing out first. So in other words, don't expect him to come in, if we draft him, to come into next season and be this guy. But he's got a high ceiling. So slight risk, but he's got a high ceiling. And I like the sound of that. His risk, as a matter of fact, is listed as 3.5. So it's right there in the middle. And his reward 4. Sounds like this guy could be higher than that if he hits his full potential. Lakovic projects as a middle six winger with the upside to push for top 6 minutes, like I said there just before. The skill, speed, physicality, and scoring touch are all traits that NHL scouts love and that fans love too. If he can continue to work on his defensive awareness and consistency while also becoming more of a physical threat, Lakovic will certainly see NHL minutes in the future. Despite a lack of consensus, I expect to hear Lynden Lakovic's name called in the 10 to 20 range in June, right where Montreal's ballpark is. This is the Hockey Writers. Few players in the 2025 draft class have more natural offensive talent than Lakovic. And were that the only consideration, he could be a top 10 or even top 5 pick. He's intelligent, skates incredibly well, and generates offense as both a scorer and playmaker. The one concern is that he isn't as physical as some scouts would like a 6'4" player to be, which puts him behind prospects like Roger McQueen. He's got back issues, so I don't know, and Porter Martone. Still, Lakovic's ceiling is too high to pass on for long, and he likely won't slide outside of the top 20, so they agree on that. And on that note, I think that's all I got for you. Let me know what you think in the comment section. What do you think of this player? I urge you to go on to YouTube and look him up and look at his highlights and let me know what you think. I like what I see. Obviously, not a player that's going to come in right away and help the team right away, but I don't know if they need that, and you're not going to see that anyway from the 16th or 17th pick anyway, right? So, this is a player that looks like he's got good potential, good upside, high ceiling, and I think Montreal is going to consider. He's got to be on their list. Anyways, like I said, let me know what you think in the comment section. Until next time, stay safe out there. Peace out, y'all, and I'll see you soon. Ciao, everybody. Thanks for watching. Really appreciate it.